What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.
Relationships are, they pivotal to life, duh. I feel like relationships lost their value and shit, bro. Like, this shit ain't even, I don't know, it's just not cool no more. You know what I mean? Because relationships don't have love in them. They don't have shit like, nowadays it's like relationships like business transactions and shit. You feel me? Like, nobody wants to, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to love a motherfucker anymore. Nobody wants to, you know what I mean, grow with a motherfucker, which is very stupid. Like, we get in relationships with people, like as they are. And we think, okay, I want them to stay this way. You feel me? Like, oh, you've changed, you this, like, motherfuckers is supposed to grow. If it ain't no growth in this shit, it's automatically death, like, by default. Like, can't shit happen to grow out of that shit. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? If we consider relationships in its fullest totality and its fullest dynamic, like, we got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? As people and shit, it's just, you know, cause this shit gets corny, man. You know? Like, I think when it comes to relationships, I think the problem starts. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all relationships are problematic, but you know what I mean? For enough relationships to be defined as like, yo, this shit's supposed to be hard. Like, kind of fuck shit is that? Like, you know what I mean? How can you, you know what I'm saying, off rip define a relationship as hard? Like, yo, relationships, you know, they're gonna be hard, no, they're not. They're not. The problem is, you know what I mean, we're trying to understand relationships through a dynamic of pain, through a dynamic of trauma and shit. And that carries over. You feel me? That carries over heavily. And when it carries over and shit, it makes us look at life that way. Look at life and see relationships in a full fucked up dynamic, yo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, our initial relationships, everything that starts off, it begins at the home, you know? You know, it begins in the home. And a lot of the people that have fucked up relationships as a whole, like, you can tell, like, from their upbringing, like, what kind of lifestyle they live. You know what I mean? Were you loved it at home, or like, were you just tolerated? You know, that's a fucked up thing, because a lot of our situations and a lot of our relationships are based off tolerance and shit. You feel me? So, it's like we try to find a motherfucker that we can just tolerate the most and shit. So, that stems from, you know what I'm saying, relationships with parents, relationships with siblings, relationships with cousins and shit like that. Like, within your own home, you ain't got peace. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't even be yourself. You can't define who you are. You can't express who you are. You feel me? But you gotta be within the confines of that shit. The confines of what a motherfucker wants you to think. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's stupid. That shit's stupid. Like, relationships are so powerful, because, like, that's your mirror, that's your reflection. Like, the people that you know what I'm saying, they either gonna enhance you, they're gonna destroy you. You feel me? You either gonna be enhanced or you're gonna be destroyed. And if you in a relationship, like, period, like don't assume I'm just referring to, you know, intimate relationships and shit. Like, nah, this is, you know, platonic relationships, you know, familiar relationships, all of them. You know what I mean? Because each one of them has its own respective point. But like I said, the center of it all is the home. Is the home. Like, how you feel with your parents. Like, you know, how do you feel with your siblings? Like, you know, you got siblings that are close, you got siblings that are distant, you got, you know what I'm saying, one child just don't fuck with nobody. And it's just like, if you don't fit within a certain mold or the certain dynamic of the family, like, the familial structure is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a cohesive unit off of, you know, variation. Like, each of us are individuals for a reason. Like, motherfucking, that shit's crazy as fuck how we want to fit a certain mold. It's like we can't embrace the differences. You feel what I'm saying? And that sets the tone for the rest of reality. You feel what I'm saying? that really sets the tone for the rest of fucking reality. And every relationship that we get in, we try to find something that feels like home. It's problematic though, because if your home feels like pain, what the fuck you think you're gonna travel to?